Beyond the Fairway podcast. Y'all see it. I'm out here in the freaking sticks woods in Ohio. Will Lowry is at home, which is the most interesting piece. Will, we had a freaking interesting Open Championship week. Brian Harman wins the Open, 151st Open there. Royal Liverpool and Hoy Lake. And let's just get your reaction first to this Open Championship we just witnessed.
I mean, it was solid. I mean, it's either you want to see the guys go back and forth, or you want to see a player, get the wits about himself to hold off, like to go in there with a 4 or 5 stroke lead and hold off, and that's all you can ask for. Like that, those are some of the things that you want when you see of a major champion. Like how hard it takes, bro, to make sure that you are. I mean, you holding off, like you're keeping the lead. That's tough for me, and I love seeing it because I didn't think he had it. I didn't think he had it what it takes. I just knew it was going to fold like a lawn chair, and I mean, he was pretty consistent. That was pretty solid. I don't mind seeing that.
You ain't the only one that thought he was going to fold like a lawn chair. I mean, I love the number one. I think the British fans are probably the best fans. It's like playing in New York or playing in Boston. These people don't give an absolute damn, and they will talk to you like you the homie. Like, boy, you can't do that. I think Brian said there was a moment in the round where somebody told him he didn't have the stones to pull this shit off. Like, I mean, that's bold. That's bold to say to just somebody you ain't never seen.
But think about it though, is it bold, or are they going off what they've seen before? I mean, obviously with the John Vanderbilts of the world, they've seen how people fold, especially in that type of condition.
Yeah.
So I just knew it was going to be a John Vanderbilt-esque.
Oh, okay. So you didn't think he had the stones, neither.
I didn't. I didn't.
It's funny.
I mean, he only had 3 PGA Tour wins prior?
2
PGA Tour wins, excuse me. And I didn't.
Last one in 2017.
17, yeah. I didn't see it. But he's a top 10 machine, though.
I was gonna say he's been trending. You go back to the Travel Championship, he finished there in a second. And if you look at his body of work, basically post Bay Hill, he's actually, he had a few missed cuts, but he's actually been trending in the right direction. But I'm with you, man. I didn't think he had what it took. But I did say, like I did the All Access with Trey Wingo and Billy Ray Brown there for the Open Championship. And shout out to Courtney Holt who put me on there. They said that does Brian Harman have what it takes? They asked me that. They were like, does he have what it takes? And I told them, there's 2 people in this world that I would not want to see in a match play situation. That's Kevin Kisner and it's Brian Harman. Of everybody else in the world, I just feel like there's something about those 2 cats. They just, when it's mano y mano, I like those 2 Georgia Bulldogs the most. And hell, if it comes to drinking, I don't know if I want to drink with kids either. I mean, I feel like he can go.
No, he can go.
He can go.
He definitely makes it known, what's not a hobby. And I believe in the drinking world, it wouldn't be a hobby either.
No, drinking and Kevin Kisner, that ain't no damn hobby. But here's one thing I thought was rude. And I'll be honest with you. You got a man coming down the stretch in a major, going through his individual pre-shot routine. We talk about it, slow play, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there were times when it did feel that Harman's waggles got a little excessive. Let's take a peek at this little counter that we had.
There it is, 2. And each waggle, he's moving his feet, he's looking up at the target.
Will.
We were all taught to waggle when we were young to keep your arms relaxed, and he's maybe waggling a few more than most, but he's not going to hit until he's set and ready to rock.
That's 10.
He's
11,
not counting his waggles. He's just trying to zone
12.
in on where he wants this ball to go.
Well, there's a lot of thought.
Do you know how hard it is to do some shit like that as a broadcaster? Because you try to time, how you trying to get out and get in and get out, and it's like, I mean, Will, it's like, Brian Harman here at the second, and then you got to wait 40 more seconds before he hits the shot, and then they put a shot clock on him or a waggle clock on him.
But he's about to go. Well, you know what, Brian? You got to go off to the stories in the bio. And in one swing, after he swings the next shot, you have nothing. So yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, you shoot your whole like little bio about the cat every time you show him. But
Right.
Look, we are NBC property here and Beyond the Fairway, and I also think we should speak truth to power. I think that was a rude graphic. I don't think that was very kind. I don't think it was very. The hell difference does it make how many times he's going to waggle it? I get it. There's some like entertainment value to it. I feel like that's some shit you should put here on Beyond the Fairway. Let us have the waggle counter. Don't put that shit on the main broadcast, and then now you done created a news story that you can talk shit about for the rest of the Open Champion. I thought it was rude, Will. That's just my take.
I don't think it was rude. I think the world need to know that it took 14 waggles before this man pulled the trigger. But this is why I don't think it was rude, Doug.
Okay, I'm here for it.
There's amateur golfers who shoot 115, 120 have waggles, more waggles than that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want people to realize, this is the true purpose of waggling. The stuff that you're doing while you waggle, you need to stop.
Okay, we got to unpack this. The true what is the purpose of the waggle? Like, what? I mean, we all have a little tick or something that we do, and we, getting it comfortable. I get that. I get 3, 4. 12, 20, I don't.
Because you got to make sure you comfortable. See, that's one thing I do. Even A. Zinger kind of alluded to it. It didn't matter. He was not pulling trigger until he was ready. And I think if the young kids these days and the young golfers, it's not a plug, but on an underrated tour, AJGA tour, those guys, if they can just realize, hey, I'm not pulling trigger until I'm ready. And obviously, Brian was super, super ready.
Okay. Well, let's okay. How about this though? I grew up under the kind of pretense that there's this like line behind, about 4 feet behind the ball. There's a line, right? It's an imaginary line. And you shouldn't cross that line until you're ready to play, until you're ready to hit, till you see your shot. You've committed to it. I'm talking about behind the ball, right? You're behind the ball. You're looking at your shot. You're trying to see it in your mind's eye. I feel like after you get that picture, it's time to go. Personally, like get over the ball, see it, feel it, go. I feel the waggles are excessive because, per my kind of statement argument, he should have been ready to hit the ball before he even stepped into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I don't
step?
know about it.
Why step?
I say this. It was more impressive that he can stay parallel to the target that long and like not reset himself. Like, okay, all right, I got dizzy. Like, he's in that position. That's impressive, actually, when you think about it. I'm sorry. That I don't know what that'd be equivalent to. I don't know, the long free throw, awkward pre-shot routine when you're shooting a free throw.
I'm gonna let you think through this one. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, that's really odd. That's odd, actually. Maybe a serve, maybe a guy who's serving the ball,
like in tennis or volleyball.
He takes so long before he
just out there dribbling. Yeah, maybe we should start counting tennis players' dribbles. Like,
something. It was something. Or maybe it was a point guard who not doing nothing with the ball. He's just dribbling himself to craziness. I don't know. It's a little weird. That was impressive. Insanely impressive.
Okay. Well, here's what I think though. Waggle aside, because I got a lot of phone calls after Brian Harman won the Open, and I still want to know when the British Open became just the Open. I feel like I never got the memo. We talked about it last season. Will, it's still the British Open to me. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Absolutely.
I had a few calls from various media outlets and friends in the media, and everybody was like, "Hey, Doug, what do you think about the Open?" I feel like we got a BS champion. I was like, "What?
BS champion? Explain that to me."
They felt like a Brian Harman winning the Open Championship was a letdown, considering the stars or the John Rahms and the McIlroys and the guys they want to see win. They were calling on me to kind of vent. And another opportunity that I felt was kind of disrespectful because, look, the Open Championship is one of the best tests of golf. It tests patience, it tests your wits, it tests your stones, it tests shot-making abilities, creativity, ingenuity. It tests. I think it's the one championship, especially there at Royal Liverpool, that really tested every part of your game kind of equally at the same time. And for Brian Harman to reign victorious, but yet other people like bitching and complaining that, this isn't a great champion. What's not great about it?
Yeah.
What's not great about a person winning?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got 165 ball speed with the driver. So, did the mic stand that they used during his Champion Golfer of the Year speech, was it bigger than him? Yes. But it doesn't take anything away from the fact that this guy went out and beat the best players in the world in the Open Championship.
Yeah.
And I felt like I checked everybody because don't shit on somebody at the pinnacle of their life's achievements. This guy's won 3 times and one's a Open Championship.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, but see, what pisses me off when people say stuff like that, they don't know golf, and I hate to say it, they don't, and and I say that because that's what the Open Championship does. It brings out a winner from God knows where.
And you talked about it before, in the warm up in last week's episode about the Open. You said it's going to be probably somebody that we don't see coming.
And you never do. That's why I love the Open. I really think if there ever was a chance for me to win any tournament, I haven't won a mini tour event yet.
You have won a mini tour event. Stop.
I have, but
a couple
what
times.
I'm saying
Don't
is,
do that.
I think the Open Championship is that's the one I want to play in because it's a test of golf. I mean, that's where we got the Ben Curtises of the world. That's when we got Todd Hamilton,
Paul Lowry,
Shane Lowry,
Paul Lowry back in
Paul
the day.
Lowry, Paul Lowry back in the day.
See, it's like you Darren Clark.
Yeah, we got those guys who typically won't have a chance opportunity. I mean, I think Zach Johnson won that.
Zach Johnson did win the Open Championship. He has 2 majors.
15. So it's the people that you least expect winning that championship. And that's why I think it's so the tournament's so dope.
But I will say this though, completely unrelated. I have enjoyed the Brian Harman small jokes. I even made one just now about the mic stand. Mic stand was too high for him. He had to speak like this. The mic was. I'd like to go home and get on my tractor and cut some grass. That's how he was.
Hilarious.
But I will have to give a shout out to somebody in the Twitter sphere. I don't know if it was on Threads or Twitter. I just like Threads more. That's why I said that. But the words were, Will, it looked like Brian Harman was holding the Stanley Cup.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I will give the Twitter sphere that one. That's
funny.
All right, man. But you talked about amateur golfers, man, and you know what? I want to go ahead and let's throw it to this interview we did up in Tahoe with the most electrified. No, he's not. We went 7 times trying to get the Miz's title right.
Was he?
He's the most.
He's a WWE superstar.
He's the most must see. The most must see WWE superstar.
Yes.
And let's go ahead and throw it to our interview with the Miz.
He's that guy. I just want everybody to know that we got the most must-see WWE superstar.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
Nailed it. Woo!
You guys don't know how much time they practice that.
The most
they
must-see.
literally was like, what is it? The most must-see.
We are
most
must-see. We're on take.
I'm not even
We're
sure.
on take 25, and I
You
nailed
gave
it.
me a lesson last
Yeah,
year,
what?
and you still don't know that I'm the most must-see WWE superstar of
true.
all time.
First of all,
true.
you changed your name. It was most
I didn't
electrifying.
say-
Yes.
No,
It was
that's
most
The
electrifying.
Rock. That's
No.
The Rock,
No.
Doug.
See, you
I
confuse The
didn't
Rock and The Miz?
No. One, they're
Rock-
not even in the same era of
Oh, you gonna
wrestling.
crush my man? Why he's
No,
up here
I'm
with
just
his
giving
suit?
him his flowers in his face.
You didn't give me any flowers.
No, that was no-
I didn't get a
that was-
rose. I
that
didn't get
was-
a daisy.
First
I
of all,
didn't get a
that rose had a
sunflower.
thorn.
Miz, first of all, you're talking to your biggest fans from the real world days. So don't
That's true.
do that.
You were.
All right.
I
You
did
what-
sign-
you-
I
Maybe
did-
maybe you should
hey,
introduce me. Hey, here's Mike from Real World Season 10 back to New York.
I tell you this.
Back to you, everybody.
When we say Mike, that brought me back in my AOL trying to get the thing to connect. Like,
Wow.
it just-
And watch, back when MTV was dope.
yeah.
When did you stop watching MTV?
Man, you know,
That's a
I
weird
still watch it here and there. I mean, Ridiculousness is
I
on
do like-
24/7
I do like-
all day, every
Are
day.
these new
so
shows or is it still?
I have no idea what new shows are or reruns are. It's always on.
It's
24/7.
content nowadays.
It's content.
But let's look. It's been a year to the date, almost the day.
Yep.
Let's talk about this how you've inserted yourself into the golf space.
Well,
How
I
has
started
golf
watching
been?
The Big Break on Peacock. Saw Will's season. I was like, wow, I never watched Will's season.
I got reality stars
And
up here.
I went back. I've watched every season of Big Break, and man, was that an amazing show.
It was,
I
man.
cannot believe it's still not going. That golf is hotter than it's ever been, and this show needs to be out there. They need to do a celebrity version of it. Get you guys on it. You guys are celebrities.
Will's. I'm not. No, I'm the broadcaster they allow to sit next to celebrities.
I'm as Z-list as it gets. But going back to the big break, bro, I am fighting to get this thing back on air.
I think it should be us three to host the next big
I'm
break.
ready to go. Let's go.
Bro.
Yeah, wouldn't that be dope?
But if we go back to the big break and we talk about the challenges, what challenge would you think that would give you the most trouble?
Oh, man. Honestly, all of them. The glass break is always hard.
Don't
flop
bring,
shots.
you would bring that up.
Going over the wall.
You would bring that up
is
next to
always,
Will.
Going over the
Flop
wall
wall.
is always tough because there was one where you had to go over 2 walls where it was like you get over one and then you got to get over the other and then you got to get on the green and
Is that
get
the one
it
where
close.
you made it? You hold out.
I'm
You
hold-
hold
I'm
out.
hold
The
down
one
on
I'll
that
do
one.
really well is when they make the hole bigger. There's like one where they were like making the hole bigger and I was
Right.
like, oh, I can do good
I
on
can do
that
that.
one. I'll do all right on that one.
See, you brought up a very sore topic, though, Miz, because Will
Yeah.
has that's how he was ousted off the show
Well,
with the glass
here's-
break.
Well,
I
here's,
was
here's what I
enthused-
don't understand with Big Break. How is everyone so good? Like they all seem like professionals.
Well, back
like,
then-
no one has any like dubs or like crap shots, or they just don't show them.
No. I'm gonna tell you what. No, they show them because what happened is here's how the big break work. People understand. You get on the range about 7 a.m. and then they'll tell you, hey, you may have a long iron shot. You get on about 7:45. You go out to the competition. By about 9 o'clock, because they got to set up the cameras, they got to get everything in position, and you have not hit a ball since 7:30. And they're asking you to hit a long iron shot, and before you know it, you shank it, you do something crazy.
I did
And
not say. I rarely see shanks.
Well,
Like everyone's doing great.
That's
on,
the art
on
of
the show, and I'm like, are these guys like professionals?
That's
Like,
the-
my
no.
God.
No,
well, back then the winner got exemptions in cash.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
And now it got to a point to where it was getting too much of an overdose. Because I got to a point where I was playing in tournaments, and a guy come to me and says, "What's going on? I'm glad we finally get to meet." I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And he was on Big Break 450.
Was that Tony Finau? Was that Tony Finau that
No,
came
no,
up to you
no.
and was like, "Hey, man, how are you?" Like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? What? Big Break Disney? Get out of here, man!
I tell you this.
I'm Will.
I tell you this. If we get, I'm trying to petition to get a Big Break BET. If we can do that, we
I might get a chance to be on it finally.
or Big Break VH1 after dark.
Or
But
the-
I say this. Given the fact 365 days ago, you were very much in the introductory part of golf.
Green.
No, I
Now,
wasn't though. Last year I wasn't.
No, that's just how
I
we
know
ranked
you
your
guys
swing.
thought I was.
that's
But I just like I've learned a lot more.
Okay.
But it's all my head. Like I wish I could figure out like how to turn this off in golf. That's the thing where because I'll play great, and then 5 or 6 holes in I'll forget exactly what I was doing that was great, and then I'll lose it.
I love it. What
And-
are things you're most excited about your game when the thing is clicked on and you remember?
Oh, I love hitting long bombs. Whenever you can hit a ball that you can feel good, it makes you feel like, oh, I'm gonna be a professional. Like I could be in the
feel that.
PGA Tour,
I really feel
and then you go hit the next shot, and literally it's 50 yards over the hole and nowhere near, and you're like, well, how did that happen?
Go from Bill Haas to Bill Ice.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
Sorry, Bill Odds. I need to understand something. Now you're back again. We're competing. It's reset. You're used to resetting every week for Monday Night Raw or even the other shows or ancillary things that you do. How do you prepare week to week for Raw, and then how do you prepare for the whole year to come back and do this golf thing?
So for Raw, it's never ending. Like we don't have seasons.
I know, it's
it's always
that not
on.
exhausting,
So I'm
though?
always preparing myself, always training, always striving to be better. We have a new kind of young generation coming in that revitalizes me because I've been there for 20 years and makes me want to do better.
You that
and
old,
pushes me to do better.
Like 20?
So
20?
It's been 20?
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
Bro,
Yeah, look at
that's-
me.
that's-
Congratulations,
Look at me.
solid. Yeah,
I
that's
know I
solid.
look like a baby
You
face.
do.
I look young.
I just knew it was like maybe year 4.
I want to know what his moisturizing budget is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
there's no
how
budget.
much
It's
you
just
spending on lotion?
Sunscreen. A lot of sunscreen out here.
I love it.
But then, I'm sure you having an ice week to week for that.
I
after
never
Raw.
ice.
Nobody's that tough
Never
to knock you down
ice.
like
I
that.
never ice. I don't get injured. I don't stretch.
Hold on now.
I just go out there and I beat people up, and then I come out here and I hit bombs.
So the
And
fact,
how did I prepare for this? So for a year, all I've been thinking about is how do I get better? Like, how do I get better? What do I get better? TikTok's been very valuable to me.
Oh, you've been in holes. You've been in holes.
I've been doing the wrong thing. I've been going on TikTok and like looking at like people like, hey, here's how you do it. You know, Dan Maude says, you know, you do this, and then this guy says this, and this guy says this, and I'm like, oh, I'll try that, and it doesn't work, and I'm like, I'm doing this wrong.
Right. With a smile on your face.
I literally was just in the sand right over there, and I don't know if you saw. There was a lot of sand. I'm surprised the sand didn't come over here.
Practicing
I was
is
hacking at it.
Practicing is
Rickie
where you
Fowler,
disqualify the TikTok stuff.
Because
It's too much bullshit on there. Like, so you get in here and then you realize, oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. That little advice about trying to do whatever the hell it was.
This wasn't a TikTok. This was like last week at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Rickie Fowler took me into the bunker and was like, "Here's what you do. I don't want to see any knuckles, you know, because I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to see any knuckles, and he wants me to hit the sand first and pop it out. So I was trying to do that over there, and it wasn't working.
I thought it was David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. So I mean, I was
Sand
in the
joke.
beach, but I don't plan on being in the beach.
No, not at all. I don't.
I plan on being on greens.
I don't see you in the beach.
No.
So I want to go back to where'd you find this, Ponce de Leon, Fountain of Youth? Because you said you don't go on the ice, you don't stretch.
Cap. He capping.
Oh, he's capping.
No, he
Okay.
capping.
Okay,
There's,
okay,
look,
okay.
let me tell you something.
I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. It's incredible genetics. No, I don't know. But I truly haven't been injured in WWE. Let's knock on wood.
Yeah.
I'm always striving to be healthy. You know, I
love it.
eat healthy.
Yeah.
I work out. And I just don't overdo myself. I make sure I do get proper sleep.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "I never sleep. Oh, I never sleep."
That's so bad.
It's like I get 8 hours of sleep, and I make sure that I get 8 hours of sleep because that's where your body repairs itself. I mean, when people say they don't get enough sleep, I mean that, and they're like unhealthy or they're getting injured, like that's number one. I always ask.
Yeah.
Do you sleep?
Yeah.
20 years of throwing people to the ground, and he looked younger than both of us.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
little
right.
upset, Miz, about that shit. But, Miz, we just wanted to catch up with you, man. Go beyond the fairway just for a little minute, for a little scotch, check on you. And look, let me say something. I like you being in the game of golf. I think you bring an energy and a value.
I fit here.
But I am going to call you out.
Okay.
I better not ever in this damn life see you wearing Nike and Adidas again.
Oh my gosh! Why do people?
I'm not.
That aggravates me so much.
You made that decision.
People were texting me.
You made that decision.
I was wearing Adidas and Nike. Everyone.
I know, like,
my
so what?
apologies.
I'm just saying.
Who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
His feet was covered and he had a shirt on his back.
I'm wearing
I care.
Adidas right now.
Yeah.
And guess what? These aren't Nikes. This isn't Nike, but it's not Adidas
Yes.
either.
Yes, an NBC
I'm wearing
Sports
a
on the
Miz
sleeve.
hat.
Yes,
Boom.
I love it.
Check
you know,
something
you know,
straight.
but before we go, so I see, obviously your personality, like Doug said, you are great for the game of golf. Is there other areas in golf that you're willing to explore, to be a part of, just to be attached to this great game?
Anytime I can do interviews like this, be around you guys, anytime I can do anything. Like I love doing American Century Championship. I love going to the Pro-Ams. I love seeing and meeting true pros and seeing how they play and their process and what they do and why they are who they are. And because whenever I go to like one of the tournaments for PGA, I look at it and I go, man, like the focus, like how good they truly are.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I went up to Morikawa and I was like, hey, rate my swing, like just joking around. And I swung, he goes, you're all arms. And I literally said, thank you. And he goes, that wasn't a compliment.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
But he's like, you don't have any hips. And I go, yeah, well, I slice the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So, and my teacher was telling me I'm using too much body and I need to use more arms.
The teacher wasn't
No,
allowed.
hold on. But he was right, because then I started using more arms and I understood what he was talking about. My shoulder was coming out. Was coming out, and so when your shoulder comes out, what happens?
You come across the plane.
You slice.
Yeah, face is wide open.
So it was coming out.
He
and I
left-handed,
also
so I'm
wasn't
having a hard
following
time.
through.
Yeah.
I wasn't following through.
Yeah.
So he was just like, look, I want you to follow through so much, because he wants to get rid of my slice.
Where'd you finish last year? What place?
Let's not talk about
No,
that.
because I think that's
I
a
don't
good.
wanna talk about it.
No.
I don't wanna talk
Hold
about
on.
it.
For our kids, because you are some of these kids' hero.
That's right.
They need to see
Great.
that
you're not a nice person, Will.
No, I
You're
am.
not a nice
I
person
am
for asking
setting
that
you
question.
up
That is
for.
not nice.
No, the last
you
question you
set
asked
me
was when
up.
you set him up.
Yeah,
That is
no,
mean.
That's what-
That is just mean.
but
You
what I'm
know
saying-
what place I was in.
I did not.
You know what
But
place
I'm
I
saying-
was
but
in,
what I'm
Will.
saying is-
Your teaching did nothing
what-
for me last year.
No, it was
you
it was
ruined
it was
everything.
Devin.
No, to be
You were
honest,
over-instructed
Will's,
last
Will's
year.
best thing that he taught me was my grip. My sense of grip. I was so tense on there, and you were like, dude, loosen up and loosen your grip. And I was like, you're like, I want you to loosen up so much that you barely feel like you're holding on to
That's
the club.
it. You got to surrender to the club.
And I was like, wow, it actually helped.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I will say that Will helped
Yeah,
me. Otherwise, you know what? You know
sucked.
what?
No,
Will?
but on some real stuff though, you were over-instructed last year.
Yeah, you
I
was.
wasn't
was.
I?
You were
Yeah,
so
you was.
over-instructed.
Yeah,
You
I
had
had
the
Devin
golf pass
Bone
stuff.
Break. I
Yeah.
had Will. I
Yeah,
had
it was
all
so
these
bad.
people just
You-
teaching
you
me.
had-
Everybody
Hold on. So
had their two cents.
Because you have a great understanding of the game of golf now. Do you see yourself beating your previous
Yes,
placement?
100%.
That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Kids,
yeah.
that tells you to work hard. It doesn't matter who you are, where you from, and what's your occupation. If you stick to it, you have a game plan, and he's going to be who he was last year.
Well, just so you know, I did see Miz sizing up Canelo, so we'll see how that works out.
Maybe
Maybe
80th, Will.
it's gonna be.
80th out
Could
of
we get-
86 last year. Will.
Could we get a Miz
80 out
Canelo
of
fight?
86th, Will.
I don't know.
Well,
Wishful
that's-
thinking.
I've never been so embarrassed in a sport in all my life.
Hey, well-
I'm an athlete.
Well,
I am an athlete.
Hey, I tell
Larry
you,
the Cable Guy beat me last year, Will.
Anything about cable don't even exist anymore. That's the bad part.
Right,
No.
he ain't Wi-Fi.
And he beat me, Will.
Larry the Wi-Fi guy.
Yeah,
No?
yeah. You got to come from the top
Broadband?
ropes on his ass. All right.
man.
So here we go. Thank you so much for joining us, man. And
Thank you.
we can't thank you enough. And keep being an ambassador to the game. Keep making the game exciting because it keeps me and Doug having a job. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
There you go.
we appreciate
Thanks,
that.
guys. Always good.
Well, we've had a chance to talk to the Miz quite a few times in this world. Number one, we talked about him not matching, and that's okay. I know that was probably a sensitive topic to bring up, but he got his outfit together. But what he didn't bring to the table this year was his golf game. Now I know Miz is a new golfer, but you can't be so electrifying and the most must-see something because he damn sure ain't the most must-see golfer. I'm gonna be honest with Miz. I'm just I did not have to see. We talked to him about doing better than he did last year. He did not succeed in that effort. Will, you saw him on the range take on the Miz at the American Century.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He said he hit the ball better than he ever hit it, but that's golf,
Yeah, but that's relative too. He's been playing golf for a year, so yeah, he's hitting it better than he's ever hit it. True, but
I mean, we just gotta keep him in our prayers. We gotta keep him in our golf prayers. He's one thing about it though, even though he is failing at everything on the course, he is winning outside of the course of when it comes to growing the game of golf because everybody has been in my DMs about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you know he played golf? Man, he's my favorite. Can you give me an autograph?
I had 3 or 4 of those autographs.
I can't do it. I can't do it. But the fact is that these guys realize they're WWE Superstar playing golf. Now they want to get into golf. So he's losing on the course, but he's winning in our hearts.
Okay, look, here we go. We're going to bring it back up. This is the reverse leaderboard, as Will likes to call it, from the American Century Championship. The Miz, second to last. I mean, look, at least he's beat someone. It's no offense, Dylan. But, we've got guys getting exemptions in the PGA Tour events, Will. They ain't beating nobody. So Miz already got a leg up there. No, it was a reach, but I went ahead for it. I don't care. But what I do like about Miz is this. He's a very infectious kind of personality, man. When he comes around you, he's going to lift you up. And
True.
I don't know how he has the energy to do that, but like we've always said, a lot of people know him as the Miz. We just know him from Mike from the real world. I mean, that's just where I'm at with it. But you know what? Speaking of real world, Will,
Hit me.
this is what I also find very interesting. Rickie Fowler has bought his childhood learning center where he grew up learning how to play golf. He purchased it and said, you know what? From now on, henceforth, moving forward, this will be ran how I deem it fit, and we're going to do some things different over here, and now it's mine. I love a full circle moment, and I love a full circle story, and this is 100% that.
I love it. I wonder what made him do it. I don't know about this article, Doug. You just threw this on me. This is dope. What made him do it? Did he say?
No, he probably did in the article. I didn't read it either. But I just like the headline. Rickie Fowler buys.
Well, hey, you know what?
Let's keep it 100, man. We come through a lot of stories and shit, so it's hard to get through them all.
Since neither of us listened to the read the article, let's put our own words what he said.
All right.
So
Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Here you go, Will. Will, you be Rickie Fowler. Rickie,
All right.
why did you purchase your childhood driving range?
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to go back and hit the ball like I used to. I got to figure it out. I need that thing laid off.
Well, Rickie needs it back upright. I mean, that's what happened to him. All right. Anyway, long story short, Rickie said
he bought his course.
He bought the facility where he grew up, and I think it's dope, and I think it's a good use of money. And I also think when we talk about growing the game, Will, I think it's so vague. And no offense to people like you, because I know you're actually growing the game, you're actually making the phone calls, you're actually getting people to the golf course, you're actually hosting tournaments. But I feel in this era we talk about growing the game. I'm getting confused now because grow the game where and how, right? Like everybody's different, and I know all the efforts count as to growing the game, but it gets confusing to me sometimes. I think it's a vague ass buzzwordy statement that our industry has just adopted because it's easier. We're just gonna grow the game. Grow it how? You gonna get kids in the country clubs? Is that how you grow in the game? You just gonna get kids to a golf course? Is that how you grow in the game? You gonna get high school players to college? Is that how you grow in the game? I mean, all of it is growing the game, but don't get me wrong. But it's just I never know what anybody's talking about when they use that topic.
It's definitely broad, But when you hear people say growing the game, you're like, oh, I get it. It's equivalent to when black people say politics. Like, man, why you get fired? Politics. Oh, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
That's all you had to say.
So when you say a growing the game, I get it. Well, I tell you something that players wish they would grow in his FedExCup points list from 70 to 125. Wish that would go back to his original state. Because I heard you say something over the weekend when we were talking, Doug.
Yeah.
You didn't like this new format? Mm-hmm. I'm lost on that.
I understand the effort to make it exclusive, right? The playoffs are, you got to look at the East Lake Tour Championship as the all-star game of golf, if you will, right? That's kind of how I look at it. And I feel like, in a weird way, the playoffs are kind of the build-up to the all-star game. If you look at the world, how many, Colby, and you can help us out here, there's only 125 players, full-time members on the PGA Tour. You add in the other categories of past champions and money and special exemptions, blah, blah, blah. You could probably get to around 175 guys in the entire world on the PGA Tour. So, and maybe even up to 225. Keep the numbers round with other just randomness. All right, call it contingency planning. So for the past few years, it's been 125 guys make it to the tour. If you have our top 125, you retain your card. So 126 person, either back to the Korn Ferry Tour, or you've got to figure out a way in the fall to get your points back so you can retain your membership. Liv comes around, steals some players out. Cool. Start to calm down, all that rumor, blah, 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 blah. Designated events, people start pouring money into designated events. I mean, hell, you got more money for winning the Memorial than you got for winning the Open Championship, which baffles me, right? What are we really saying about designated, elevated, whatever you want to call it, events? Okay, I'm getting to it. Here we come. So, we're already talking about rare elite air. 125 players make it to the playoffs. You play the whole season so you can be top 125 so you can play to the playoffs. Now, PGA Tour's nah, that's too many motherfuckers. Sorry, it's too many people. Sorry, I forgot we was recording a podcast. I was just getting real normal right there. It's too many people. And then they cut it down to 70. And this is how you know the tour thinks they effed up. There's no reason that Justin Thomas should be in the Ryder Cup discussion right now per how he's played this season. Justin Thomas is, at this moment, he's on the outs. He's out. I think he's Kobe. He's 72nd, 73rd.
75th.
75th. See, okay, I was guessing. Last week he was 70th. So now everybody's scrambling. How do we get Justin in the playoffs? No, Justin's ass need to not be in the playoffs. He did not play the season as it was designed for. So it kind of backfired on him. And I feel like Justin Thomas, per who he is and what he's done in the game, he should be included in the playoffs. That's just how I feel personally. I like JT. He's from Kentucky. But to damn near cut it in half, Will, it means you could have a poor year and now your job is on the line. But now it went from 125. So if you're 90th on the money list, you really got to reevaluate yourself going into the year where last year you was cool. That's why I don't like it.
I disagree with you.
That's fine. I think it's bullshit that
I don't think it's bullshit. Let me tell you why.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Because
I'm coming with it.
Because the PGA Tour is trying its best to get some of these top level players at some of these secondary events.
Secondary.
Maybe a bad word.
I get it though. We know what you mean. Look, we're real golf fans. You can talk about it.
Maybe it's politics. That's
soft is politics.
Yeah, politics.
But look, let's be honest. To your point, some of these tournaments or events have fallen off, and I get your point. Your point's well received.
Is asking these players to come to these less popular events, right? So where else will you get the Adam Scott of the world pressing to play in the Wyndham Championship? Where else would you get Danny Willett, major winner 2016 at the Masters? You got Shane Lowry. This is, I think, by design, this thing is working. Because you're going to have a handful of top players.
Oh, I get it.
Who slack on a year, who think they're going out there doing their thing, and I'm top player in the world. I can just I get through. The next thing you know, bam, you sit here on the other side in the 75th world like JT, and you're trying to get in. Now you're playing Rocket Mortgage. Now you're playing Wyndham. Now you're playing 3M.
But you're only playing the end of the season events. You're not playing John Deere. Granted, that's kind of before the Open, but
yeah. But the thing about it is, he needs these events. Adam Scott needs these events. Gary Woodland needs these events. And now you got those people at the who the events that doesn't get a lot of big names. Now they can have opportunity to go see Gary Woodland, former U.S. Open winner. They can see Adam Scott, former Master winner. Danny Willett, former Master winner. They can see this stuff now. So by design, I think it's working. Kudos to PGA Tour if they I don't know if they accidentally got this right, but they got it right.
I love that statement. I'm glad you said that. I if I'm a Nate Lashley, I'm upset about life.
Oh yeah. If you constantly in that 125 to 90 world, you in trouble.
I mean, Nate Lashley is a Rocket Mortgage champion, the inaugural Rocket Mortgage champion, and you go back and now he has to play literally every week to try to retain his card for the rest of the season. But then you look at the same time, guys that have played their way onto the tour this year. I'm going to pick a Sepp Straka.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, finished second in the Open and won the John Deere. Now he's chilling. He's safely in, whereas last year was a different story for Sepp. But, sorry, I just saw a picture of Sepp, but I find that interesting. So, look.
No, I get you. The Robbie Sheltons of the world, the damn all of them 125. I ain't got my PGA Tour brain on yet.
I know, I get it.
But yeah, all the Robbie Sheltons of the world, CT Pans of the world, Matt Neesmith.
I like that. Yeah, no, I get it.
Like all those guys, they got to grind. They got to grind. I don't mind seeing it. Sorry.
And so it's interesting. What I like about the field this week, and you look at kind of the odds right now. Sung J M, Cameron Young, both going off 1,400. Tony Finau as well to defend there. But then you go down and look. Yeah, Emiliano Grillo, he's won this year. Justin Thomas, horrible year. Sepp Straka's won this year. Dude, Ludwig Aberg is an absolute constellation. He's multiple stars. He's going to be one of the best players to ever grace this freaking world. Swing be just chilling. But you look at a lot of the names here. Vincent Norman, recent winner. Akshay Bhatia, also recent winner. Cameron Champ has got some work to do, going into this week. And even Sam Bennett's back in the field this week. I do enjoy the fact that guys that do get their opportunities go out and make a name for themselves like Sam's done. And then you got like Billy Horschel. He's got to be nervous right now. as well. So as we're coming down the stretch, to your point, I think you made a valid one. I'm not going to blow holes in it. I think it's a valid point that the remainder of the year, which has been relatively soft, there are going to be bigger names that have had bad seasons trying to vie to get into that top 70. So I'll give you your point, Will. But now I want to give you another point. Before we get up out of here, crazy news out of Montana. Can you imagine going to an event and the deck of the patio collapsing at the golf course? This is a true story. 33 people injured as the top deck of this patio golf course there in Montana just collapsed. 33 people just hurt. 25 went hospitalized. Crazy events happening in bison country. Prayers up.
What were they? I wonder what they're eating.
What? That
Add weight. Probably add weight to the deck. I try to tell you, man. If you be a vegetarian, you eat salads.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
I don't think that deck would have broke.
Nah.
Hot dogs and beef. I can see it right up in the awning.
Was that a vegetarian joke?
I'm just saying. I just think if the world was more vegan, decks would be breaking.
First of all, you are a part-time vegan. Don't do that. You are part-time,
full-time vegetarian, part-time vegan.
No, and you're part-time pescatarian when you travel, and you travel more than you're at home right now. So we got to reestablish kind of who you are as a eater.
My refrigerator at home looked like the Garden of Eden.
It does.
It doesn't have two naked bodies in that refrigerator. on the road,
there's so many things I hate about you right now. Hey yo, look, I'm not even gonna do it to you. Look, you gotta go, and I got a flight to catch because I'm actually heading to the 3M. I'm on this week. Be sure to tune in. PJ Tour Live ESPN Plus. Your boy Dougie Fresco is gonna be on the ground stream 3 featured groups. Plug. Will, shout out to the ladies this week. Heading over to France for the Amundi Evian.
Evian Masters out here in the streets.
Masters. Tell you what, that's probably the one event that I want to go to, be a part of. As we take a peek here at the points bets standings. Look, let me say this about this list right now. There's 2 names, and I'm a little biased. 2 names that stand out to me. Rose Zhang, who I recently saw in the airport by herself, just chilling. She's an absolute superstar. Who's going to have a better career, Rose Zhang or Ludwig Aberg? Ooh, that's a tough question. I don't know. That's a whole podcast episode.
We can't. And however you answer is disrespectful to the other. Yep. However you answer it.
And the other name I'm looking at is Minji Lee on this list. I think
Minji Lee. I'm liking Minji Lee.
Yeah, the family is primed and ready to break through, man. Both sides, LPGA side and the PGA Tour side. So shout out to the ladies that made that trip over to the Evian. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out this week. And I'm heading back to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Did a thing there last week. Roger Steele and Larry Fitzgerald. I still don't know what to call him because there's Larry, there's Fitz, there's Mr. Fitzgerald, and then there's another guy that I don't know who the hell.
He's America's guest. That's what he is.
Shit, he's America's member. He got more memberships, bro. He's a member. Like up there, he's like, yeah, you got to come over here and play, Doug. Blah 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 blah. This course is amazing. Yeah, I'm a member there too. I'm like, damn, you a member at Seminole?
Yeah.
Whisper Rock.
I mean, is he still? I mean, how much money do you have to be like, this is too many monthly dues?
Right. How many? Yeah. We need to get somebody in here that's got like 10 memberships so we can have this exact conversation. I need to know the value of.
Are you actually paying monthly dues at each membership, bro? Or they just give you an honorary because you hear membership?
Hey, Fitz might have those honoraries on deck. I'm gonna be honest with you. They might give him $10,000 national membership. Here you go, cut the check.
Yeah, he may not be paying monthly dues. I mean, I just don't get it. Is your bread that? I mean, I know it's bread long, but monthly dues are.
But is it long as train smoke? That's what I need to know. Is it that long?
Is as long as the Shaq's feet.
Didn't see that one coming. Well,
is one of the greatest rappers by name Murder Mook. He said, "My rap sheet is long as Shaq's feet." I was listening to battle rap this morning, and I feel like
You ready to go?
Nah,
we need Michael Collins in here so y'all can battle.
I know. I was busting that ass. Hey, did you see that thing with Aaron? With my country singer.
What thing?
He had a TrackMan on stage. Beautiful, you're crazy.
Oh yeah. I did see this.
I can't help but amaze me the way that she did. Luke Combs, I love this guy.
Luke. I love the fact that he like went straight to the camera and was like DJ Khaled.
Let's go golfing.
He want a beat. Look, he wants a beat. Let's stop. Look, damn it, Combs. Look, I know you want to. He got to. First of all, let's unpack this scene. My man is about to sell out a stadium, and somebody's job was to bring his damn net and mat and TrackMan and put it down on the stage. Yeah. Like this was all planned, but I appreciate it. Hey, is that growing the game? Probably.
Yeah, that's growing the game because there's somebody there. I don't know what the hell that is. That orange thing is behind him.
Yeah, and I'm upset with you because Combs is shouting out DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled had an event. You talked to him face to face and didn't even get us invitations.
I know.
That's some rude stuff. Will
I know,
rude.
man.
Rude.
I mean, I reached out 25 times. He didn't reply back, so probably didn't get it.
I guess he was golfing.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ignore it. I just think he didn't get it. So I'm gonna try 30 times next year.
I'm gonna let you. You know what? DJ Khaled seems like the kind of cat that's gonna have like 3 or 4 of those a year. Like he gonna do. That's not gonna be a once kind of situation. He gonna be like, yo, let's go golfing, and Khaled at some point when you made it when you can just make those simple words, be trendy. Let's go golfing. Or right down the middle. I've been saying that shit for 30 years.
Right. Exactly. I can't wait. If I become famous, I'm gonna come with some simple shit too. It's gonna be let's do it again.
And with that, we are not going to do any more with this episode. Hey, y'all, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We'll be out of Fairway right here, Golf Channel, NBC Sports. Dougie Fresco for Will Lowry. We're up out of here. Will, I'm going to see you around the way, man. Follow, listen, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And if you want to smoke, me and Will, we right here. Feel free. I don't know when the last time we turned the bet down, Will. So,
yeah, I'm ready to go. I want to play against somebody because I'm getting ready for Q school. So, yeah. So I'll talk to you later. Oh, before we go, how about this? I do got my boy Thomas Reed came up to come stay with me for a couple of days. Thomas Reed's on Underrated Golf Tour. He hits cross-handed, so we about to get this thing nice. He about to understand what the golf swing's all about. He about to get educated.
Yeah, he gonna get educated in that old Negro spiritual golf.
We're
gonna be talking about the third eye and all joints, what do you say? No tension and motion, and you got to swing it. You can't hit it. You got. Hey, I will say this though. Hold on, let me give you some flowers. Let me give you some flowers. Right.
I appreciate it. Give me flowers.
No. I'm gonna say something. We was hitting balls on the range in Tahoe before they thought Don Cheadle was me and kicked y'all off the range. This was the day before that. Right. Number one, how did Don Cheadle get kicked off of a range? Blows my mind. You gave me some swing advice. Well, you didn't give me swing advice. You gave me some tempo rhythm advice. And then you actually said some shit. Will, you were like, you can't. I'm gonna try to look. I'm gonna take my speakers out so I can. Let's get golfy in here today. Take my monitors out before we leave. Will, let's
do it.
Audio might get weird, but I don't care.
Let's do it.
So, Will, it's set up here. There we go.
Your shirt looked drunk.
Let me tell you something. I didn't realize I was gonna show all of it, but it's a drop cut.
Your shirt look like you got that
plug BYLT built. Shout out. So anyway, look, talking about this. You were doing something with the swing on the backswing, right? Mm-hmm. And you were like, you can't move this way. You can't. That's over the top.
Yeah.
A lot of people will move this way and shallow.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't look over the top, but it is.
It is.
So I was like, damn, Will said some shit right there that mattered to me. So I was trying to like just keep the shoulder in here.
Yeah.
Right. So once the shoulder stays here and I swing back this way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't have to try to like
You don't. It's
Shallow.
automatically.
It's already. It's all. Just
Any
back in here, and then I
anything-
just go turn.
Anything that moves forward automatically shallows out. That's what everybody needs to know in a golf swing.
I just want to give you some flowers right there because you said some actually it's not advice that you actually gave me. You were talking to somebody else, but it was like how you said it. I was like, I don't have to do this and shallow. I just got to stay here and rotate. Oh, keep the shoulder in the socket. There we go.
Yeah, and the lower body automatically happens. Everything happens automatically in the lower body.
I feel like we need to add a segment.
The golf swing segment.
Like it's instructions with Will. Because here's the thing about our show, and I know we already wrapped it, but I'm gonna keep talking. Kobe, you can cut this. Here's the thing about us.
Unwrap
A lot of people are like, who are these N-words out here that Golf Channel gave the mic to? What have they done? What has Doug done? What has Will done? I'll tell you something. I ain't done shit, but I'm good at talking about it. I ain't done shit. I have failed miserably trying to do this shit. But you know what? Learned a lot of shit about it.
Hey, I'm on my way to keep not doing shit. So, I'm gonna have not more shit, way more than you have.
You gonna have more or less shit. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know we could do that. The good news is we can actually say shit on podcasts and not get in trouble for it. So, I love it. Anyway, Will, thank you for that swing tip advice. I don't know how bad this audio is because now the sound is coming out of my computer. I don't have my monitors on. And I think that's time because Kobe's like, I got to get up out of here, man. Y'all got to turn this thing off. All right, Kobe. Love y'all. Will, I'll see you around the way, cuz.
Peace.